Thank you, Buzzard Farms. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about food plots. Whether you're raising goats or deer, you need to feed them nutritionally year-round. There's normally 2 stress points in a year for a whitetail, and that's in the middle of summer and the middle of winter. Because at those points, the vegetation has lost some of its moisture and nutrition value. So feeding them year-round out of a bag of food is very expensive. The alternative is food plots. In East Texas, we start food plots in the fall after September 15th, after the first rain after September 15th. There's several ways to put the seed in the ground. We've been having very good luck with broadcast seed preparation. We keep our pastures mowed kind of low in September, less than 6 inches of, whatever kind of hay there is. And we found that if we throw the seed out, that when that rain comes, there's just enough vegetation at the bottom level for the seeds to be able to take root and come on up. Tilling it in the ground is a bit better, more bang for your buck, if you will, but that involves soil preparation, and sometimes the soil doesn't work with you very much. And using the spreader, you can spread it in places that you wouldn't normally plow up, like your driveway, if your driveway is a half a mile from the house to the mailbox. And the edge of fields is also difficult because you run into trees and tree limbs and tree roots. But if you can broadcast that seed up in there, it will take root and it will grow. And it'll be a whole lot cheaper than trying to feed them out of a bag. No matter what size your farm is or carrying capacity is, it's going to be cheaper to put in food plots.
What do you plant?
I plant in the fall wheat, oats, and Elbon ryegrass, and Louisiana S1 clover, white clover. And my training came from an agronomist that was a graduate from Texas A&M, and it was very important to get the correct kind of ryegrass to get the Elbon rye. And he would go into great detail explaining why that Elbon rye was different from the run-of-the-mill ryegrass. So it was along the lines of ability to handle grazing. It was along the lines of better nutritional value. Now, whitetail needs about 14% protein in its diet. And anything over that is honestly just going to go out his backside when he's done eating, because he's got his 14% in his metabolism. If you feed them 22% protein, that's great. But they're going to waste out 8% of that naturally. They only need 14%. They need at least 14%. And you can get that. Now, there's oats that Dr. Kroll has put in a lot of study and research. And the oats that he recommends is buck forage oats. They have a high nutrition rate, and it's preferred by deer, and it grows even in the colder climates. It does better than the other oats. So buck forage oats is the way to go on the oats. Elbon rye is the way to go on the ryegrass. And the wheat, I haven't had any problem with just a regular wheat that the local co-op sells. The clover we use is the Louisiana S1 clover because it will grow back again and again. It doesn't have to be planted every year. So on those hard to reach places, if you can throw clover seed up on the edge of fields, it'll not only grow, it'll grow back next year. If you till the ground, you'll destroy that process. But broadcast spreading it over your fields is very effective. It may not come up really good the first year, but that second year, it really comes on good and strong. And this will carry the animals through the winter fairly well. I do feed some Purina deer buck forage, not buck forage, but Purina deer food. Right now it's about $20 for a 50-pound bag. In the spring, we plant iron and clay cowpeas. I wait till the soil is at least 71 degrees by the book, which will put you in East Texas somewhere around May 15th. Now, the cowpeas haven't done as well on broadcast seeding. They prefer to be tilled in. So you got to try your fields for that. And tilling it in with some fertilizer is even better. It'll be greener. It'll hold its nutrition longer. It'll be better for the deer, and there'll be more of it. You sprinkle the seed a little bit with some water, and then spread your inoculant over it and mix it in with all the iron and clay cowpeas, and it helps the soil produce more nitrogen. And that's the right way to do it. An acre of iron and clay cowpeas can produce 20,000 pounds of vegetation. That is 400 bags of 50-pound deer chow versus 20,000 pounds of iron and clay cowpeas. You plant it May 15th when the soil's got the right temperature. If you plant it early and it rains, it'll come up sparingly, but it'll die. You have to wait till May 15th, May 20th to get the soil temperature correct. Fertilizing it is wonderful. Do the inoculant. 400 bags of food at $20 a piece is $8,000. I can put in an acre of iron and clay cowpeas for way under $500 easily. I think the last year we bought the cowpeas, it was like $36 for a 50-pound bag of seed. And they recommend, I think, 100 pounds of seed per acre for your spreading. I go 150. I get more growth. I like it to be, there's nothing underneath it. I like it, the cowpeas, to kill any grass or weed that's underneath it. I want them up and high and going like crazy. Now, if you get up near a fence, it will run, and it does make for a really nice background if you put it on the deer fence. It'll go up that 8 foot and go all the way up and down. It's really neat.
How did you go from working with deer and feeding deer to your current program?
Well, we did white-tailed deer for years. We've done elk, buffalo, black buck antelope, and we've enjoyed fallow deer also. We've enjoyed all of them, but the wild animals are hard to catch and dart and treat, and so we eventually decided to go with goats, and more specifically boar goats. We like the Nubians and the Lamachas, and they'll eat just about anything. They'll eat dead leaves. I've seen them do it time and time again. So I can use the same soil preparations, same seeds for them, and provide them with year-round grazing or browsing and meet their needs better than I can do it out of a bag of food, which again is about the same price as the Purina deer chow. You can get the cheap stuff for $15 a bag, the good stuff for $20, and you can go up higher. But feeding them out of bags is expensive. So put your food plots in. You'll enjoy the results, and the deer and the goats and whatever else you've got that you raise will enjoy those food plots year round. And those 2 times of year where you have those crises the middle of summer and the middle of winter, the cowpeas will be going strong. They're drought resistant. And in the middle of winter, when there's very little vegetation, naturally, your food plots will be feeding your animals all winter long. Up until May or so, they'll start dying out and the normal spring regrowth will occur, but you can get year-round coverage with your food plots. That'll do. Y'all have a good day.